For a long time, extremism in Kosovo has been framed primarily as a security issue, with a focus on religious radicalization. Meanwhile, far-right extremism, ethno-nationalism, and anti-gender movements have often been dismissed as merely marginal concerns. The report that we're going to present today challenges this view. While Kosovo hasn't seen the same level of far-right mobilization as some other European countries, the underlying narratives, especially on social media, are spreading with incredible speed. These aren't just abstract ideas. They influence our public discourse, they shape our political debates, and create environments where hate speech and exclusion become normalized, as we see now presently also during this election campaign. What stands out in this research is how these narratives affect young people, and from the rise of online bullying targeting women and LGBTIQ plus individuals to the use of digital platforms for spreading nationalist and misogynistic content, the impact is real. And when extremism becomes embedded in everyday culture,
duket se rajoni I Ballkanit Perëndimor ka një tërheqje të madhe për këto ideologji. Disa raporte ndërkombëtare të viteve të fundit kanë ngritur shqetësimin se demokracia, të drejtat e njerëzit, pluraliteti dhe diversiteti I mendimeve, liritë bazike janë të kërcënuara dhe në rënien në rajon dhe madje ka kthim të gjuhës dhe atmosferës së viteve 90 që paraprin luftërave në ish Jugosllavi, e thon këto raporte. Ka ngritje të retorikës nacionaliste e populiste dhe ngesje të proceseve si drejtësia tranzicionale, mungesa e rezultateve të cilave lë hapësirë dhe boshllëqe të cilat mund të manipulohen dhe keq përdoren nga grupe ekstreme, të cilat pastaj vetëm sa e ushqejnë ndjenjën e akmarrës, padrejtësisë dhe drejt për drejt ndikojnë në ngritjen e ideologjive ekstreme.
Reconciliation between communities is not just a moral imperative, but a foundation for security and stability. True reconciliation requires more than just words. It requires action, understanding, and the courage to confront difficult truths. This project's emphasis on civic engagement, on bringing people together to build bridges rather than walls, is key for the future of Kosovo. Equally vital is the work being done to prevent radicalization and violent extremism. These threats know no borders, and they undermine the very fabric of our societies. The early warning and action approach adopted by this initiative of S-Bunker is both innovative and essential. By engaging stakeholders at the grassroots level and collaborating with institutions, we are building the resilience needed to withstand and counter these threats. One of the most exciting aspects of this project is its end product, a web platform that will map key trends, ideologies, and threats, while providing practical measures and toolkits to respond and counteract extremism.
Far-right extremism and narratives are spread in Kosovo. So in Kosovo, how we understand an ethnic nationalism is more expressed through two groups, Kosovo Albanians and Kosovo Serbs, and of course that is understandable due to unresolved issues and legacies of the 98 and 99. Violent conflict continued to dominate also political discourse both in Kosovo and Serbia, hindering the possibility of reconciliation moving forward. What was important during also our interviews and focus groups is this atrocity. This was lack of addressing the transitional justice, but also failure to address the past atrocities. Why this not was addressed properly? You see that these narratives in many cases are manipulated from different groups and fueling these radical ideologies, and seeing that this also is deepened the division between two groups. Ethno-nationalist groups also in the northern part of Kosovo that have organized a terrorist attack. We know that the Banjska terrorist attack and that in Iberlefans the last terrorist attack, and there was not that these attacks are not just towards the Kosovo's institution as Kosovo's sovereignty, but they are also endangering the safety of the Serbs living, especially the northern part of Kosovo. And also we know that two organizations have been designated as terrorist entities from the Kosovo authorities. And also here, what is putting fuel to the disputes and also ethnic nationalism is disinformation campaign coming especially from Russia. The disinformation campaigns coming from Russia and amplified from Serbia media, but also different online platforms are playing a critical role of rising ethno-nationalism among especially Serbs, but also Albanians. And there is also from Serbia from Russia coming attempts to draw parallels between Serbian minorities living in the north of Kosovo and also Russian minority living in Donbass. But then is also there's narratives coming that there is an intention for expelling the Serbs from north, that is increasing the threat, but also the fear of a Serbian community, and also rising this ethno-nationalist narrative. One of the forms that we have identified that is very form of extremism, that is have the nuance of the far-right extremism, anti-gender narratives. We see that that started to be very common. I'm not saying that it was not in the past, but now we see very common also through some political entities as well. What we see common with anti-gender narratives and how we have identified, we see that they are taking different forms, but in many times they are attacking or opposing same-sex marriages and protesting against abortion. But what is the main idea of this anti-gender narrative, religious extremism, is more how it is expressed through ideological level. So they are very sophisticated. They don't talk much in the public spaces because security institutions were very rigid to them. So this ideology is more expressed within the families, within the small groups. But what we see them as a threat, it's threat to the democratic values and to the whole societies, because we see these narratives in many cases when the youth also express in their extremist narratives, they are referring to their religious ideologies. So what is also concerning is these narratives that are coming from religious extremists are attempt to portray democracy as corrupted and failed.